Hello everyone, you join me with another Ford Fiesta, but this one is of course different. For starters, this one is finished in the exclusive blue wave colour, which is quite nice, but it's not the most manly of colours, is it? As well as for fancy colour, this car has the 6-speed manual gearbox and not the 6-speed automatic, and it also has the 1.5 litre diesel in place of the EcoBoost engine. Diesel. Not too sure how I feel about that. Let's jump in the car and see what it's like. So this model is very similar to the model I drove last week. Again, it's a titanium model, so I'm not going to go too much into the equipment here. If you want to know more about it, check out my other video. But I'll just give you a summary. You get an 8-inch touchscreen with navigation and smartphone connectivity. You get LED daytime running lights. You get cruise control, auto high beam, automatic lights and wipers. You also get climate control. You also get the rear privacy glass, and you get 16-inch alloys. But anyway, enough about the specification. Like I say, if you want to know more about that, check out my other video. What I'm going to focus on in this video is the 6-speed manual gearbox and of course that diesel engine. So let's get on the road and see what it's like. Now actually, before we do go out on the road, let me just quickly tell you about the space and comfort. So again, it's been covered in my other review, but I will just give you a quick summary. So space in front, absolutely fine. You've got a fair amount of cup holders, but the back isn't the Fiesta's strong point in my opinion. For taller passengers, the legroom is cramped, and because this car has the optional panoramic roof, their headroom is also tight as well. In regards to the boot, that's 292 litres worth of space, but you can make it bigger by folding down the rear seats to make it 1093 litres. So for 1.5 litre diesel, it's available in 2 power outputs, so you can either have 84 brake horsepower or you can have a more powerful one, which is what I have. It produces 118 brake horsepower with 270 Newton meters of torque. That means this Fiesta will hit 62 miles per hour in 9 seconds, and the top speed is 121 miles per hour. Now this engine has been refined for the new Fiesta and it's definitely smooth. If I just be quiet for a few moments, at 40 miles per hour, you can't really hear it. All you can really hear is the tyre noise coming from those optional 17-inch alloys. But in my other review, I said that the ride was a little bit busy with the 17-inch wheels, but this car also has the same wheels, but I'm not too sure, but this one just feels a little bit more settled. It feels a little bit more compliant in its ride. It just soaks up the bumps a little bit better. But anyway, back onto that diesel. Now, as I said, this is for a more powerful one, and because it's got 270 Newton meters of torque, it feels quite muscular. It makes a Fiesta feel like a bigger car than it actually is. Put your foot down and it does pull quite well. It's made to a 6-speed manual gearbox, which is definitely what I would have in a Fiesta. Now, last week I tested the 6-speed automatic, and although that's not a bad gearbox, I just don't think it really matches the personality of a Fiesta, and if I'm going to be honest, it felt like it was holding the car back, whereas with 6-speed manual gearbox, pop it into second, get around the cyclist, foot down, and the diesel engine really makes overtaking very easy. Okay, so let's be honest, diesel isn't exactly flavour of the month at the moment, and Ford predicts that only 9% of buyers will buy the diesel. Most of those will be fleet buyers, so people looking to use it as a company car or driving instructors, that kind of demographic. There would of course be some private buyers in there as well, but let's be honest, a lot of Fiesta buyers are going to want to have the EcoBoost engine. But yes, anyway, back onto the gearbox. So 6-speed manual gearbox, very slick, it's very precise, and is a very nice gearbox to use indeed. And I don't know why anyone would want to have the automatic over the manual, not unless you really needed to. For example, maybe you've only got an automatic license, but if you're getting a Fiesta, you have to get the manual. You feel so much more engaged in what's going on. You feel part of the action. It feels like you're at a football game actually watching it, rather than sat on your sofa watching it on the TV. You feel like you're actually there, if that makes sense. I put my foot down. Okay, it becomes a little bit boomy when you get towards the top of the rev range, but other than that, as I've already said, it's nice and refined. And as diesel engines go, this is definitely a decent one. The power comes in from about 1500 revs, and then you get a really good level of mid-range grunt. Now, in my other review, I was very complimentary about the Fiesta's handling, and although this has got the manual gearbox and it's got a different engine, of course the dynamics are exactly the same. Well, better in fact, because like I say, you've got the manual gearbox, you're more in control of what the car's doing, and it just adds to the fun, it really does. I personally thought that the diesel would make the Fiesta less fun, and yes, it's not as fun as the EcoBoost engine, but it's not bad either, it really isn't. I wasn't expecting a diesel Fiesta to be as fun. I just thought it was going to be a bit of a bore, in all honesty. I thought it was going to be about as exciting as a trip to the library, but no. This thing will definitely get a move on. And in regards to the ergonomics, as a driver, everything falls to the hand really nicely. The gear change, the gear stick, the steering wheel, the pedals, everything just feels very well balanced. Now, in regards to fuel economy, this is of course a diesel, so of course you get better economy. But as I mentioned, this is a more powerful diesel, so the economy isn't quite as good as its less powerful sibling, but it's still very impressive indeed. So in regards to fuel economy, as I've got a diesel engine, then of course the economy is better. Now, I've got more powerful diesel, as I mentioned earlier, so on a combined run you're looking at 80.7 miles to the gallon, which is pretty impressive indeed. But if you need more economy, you can get the less powerful diesel, and this will offer you 88.3 miles to the gallon if you have it in a 3-door, or 85.6 miles to the gallon if you have it as a 5-door. In regards to CO2, well, this will emit 89 grams per kilometre, which again is very good, but if you have a less powerful model, you will get 82 grams per kilometre in the 3-door and 84 grams per kilometre in the 5-door. Now, in regards to what I was getting on a combined run, I found in my experience I was getting around 70 miles to the gallon, which is not to be sniffed at. With this engine, you will be paying £100 for the first year of VED tax, and then £140 each year thereafter. And in regards to BIK, it will be 20% for the first year, 22% for the second year, and 25% for the third year. But if you don't want a diesel, you can of course have a choice of other engines as well. So you can either have a naturally aspirated 1.1 litre petrol, or you can have the award-winning 1 litre EcoBoost engine. Now, in regards to the most fuel-efficient petrol engine you can get in a Fiesta, that will be the 1 litre EcoBoost engine, which produces 98 brake horsepower. This will give you a maximum of 65.7 miles to the gallon on a combined run, with 97 grams per kilometre of CO2 emissions. Now, I'll be honest, I thought a diesel engine in a Fiesta would be a bit bland and a bit boring, but thankfully I was proved wrong. Okay, let's be honest, the EcoBoost will still prove to be the more popular engine, but if you're looking for a Super Mini with a decent diesel engine, then this is definitely worth considering. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up and please subscribe for more car obsession.